Good morning, church. Today, our message will be coming from the book of Job, Job chapter 1, a familiar verse that we've all shared with. And we thank God for giving us another day. And we talked last Sunday about praising God. We pray and trust that everyone is still praising God and giving Him the praises that's due unto His name. This morning, as we begin our sermon, I want to ask a question this morning before we go into our sermon text. If someone taking something away from you, what are you gonna do? What would you do if someone taking something away from you? Just perhaps if your neighbor, uh, taking something away from you, what are you gonna do? Um, I'm probably say what day. Sunday we probably handle it much different than we would on a Monday through Saturday. But just want to ponder on a couple of things today. If your neighbor came and took something from you, and what would you do? I imagine the first thing that would come to my mind is, what's wrong with him? How dare you come in my yard and take something that I paid for? So I began to think about, who have he lost his mind? What's wrong with him? My first response would be, and I'm not for sure yours, but I'm sure in the church our responses would be on our best behavior. We just gonna pray for them, or we'll ask them, why did you do it, or what did you take, or send the offering. We'll be so nice about it. But would you be that way if it wasn't Sunday? Would you be that way if nobody else was around but you and the neighbor? And perhaps what would you do if you found out that the neighbor had stole your dog? I just have to wonder. Everybody love their pets. What would you do if they found out the neighbor had stole your dog, or perhaps stole your money maker? Perhaps you in the lawn business and they came by and stole your weed eater or your mower. Perhaps stole something out of your yard that you treasured or you use often on all the time. What would you do about it? Church, a personal question this morning, go along with our sermon. How would you handle it? Young children, let's go for you today as well. How would you handle it if you have a friend that has stolen your necklace, or perhaps stolen your jacket, or perhaps stole your favorite shoes, or just to go a step further, what would you do if your friend has stolen your cell phone, something that young folks and old folks alike can't seem to live without? What would you do if you found out they have stole your cell phone? How would you handle it? Question today. How would you handle the message for the young as well as the old? How would you handle it? I have been told and experienced it as well that you can learn a lot from a child. You sit and you watch children and you listen to children. It's a certain promise that you can really learn a lot from a child. If you didn't know how to answer that question, I invite you to watch young children and see how they would. They may not be old enough to talk, but they would show you how to respond, how they would respond if someone taken something away from them. And if you watch children play, if a child takes something from another child, you know what that child would do? There's three things that child normally do in my observation. Number one, that child would normally start crying. Start crying. They just start crying, and because they have taken something from them. And I don't know if any of you answered, when your neighbor takes something for you. I hope nobody answered you that as an adult you start crying, but this is what children do. They'll start crying, and second, they will either if they're not crying, they'll go and tell someone that little Johnny just taking their toy, or little Johnny just taking their bottle. If somebody stole something from you or taken something from you, you go and tell somebody. You call the police, you tell the neighbors, you tell your brothers, your sisters, your family. Let the other neighbors know. You go and tell somebody. And then the third thing, I told you there was three things that if they didn't cry or they didn't tell someone, the third thing they would do, they would go and take back whatever the child is taken from them. Did anybody answer that? Did anybody say that they cried? Was that your answer? Did anyone say that they're going to tell somebody that the neighbor took something from them? Or would you do like that child? You know what? If they taking it from me, I'm gonna march right over there and I'm gonna take back. I'm going to get my dog. I'm going to get my mower. I'm gonna walk right over there and I'm gonna get my weed eater. And this is our sermon text today. I I've said that to say these things. How would you act? What would you do? Have you had things taken in your life? Have you had things stolen in your life? I don't know how you answer this, but you need to know that all of us have had things stolen in our life. All of us have things taken from us without granting permission. And this is where our sermon text begins today. In the book of Job, we're reading, and there is a day when his sons and daughters was eating and drinking wine in the oldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen was plowing and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabaeans fell upon them and took them away. Remember we talked about what would you do if someone came and took something from you, stole something from you, said while they was there, fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only, just I, have escaped alone to tell thee. Verse 16, and you're going to hear this said again throughout the verses. While he was yet speaking, hadn't even finished. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of God is fallen from heaven and has burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. My Lord. Verse 17, while he was yet speaking, still speaking, while that one was speaking, another one came, and there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I, only I, am escaped alone to tell thee. Verse 18, while he was yet speaking, meaning that other one wasn't finished. And while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters was eating and drinking wine in the eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I alone have escaped to tell thee. All those things while Job was listening one after another, they have taken this, they have taken that, and Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshiped. And these are the words that Job said in verse 21. Naked came I out of a mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord had taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And all these things Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly. Church, be not deceived to believe that nothing have been taken from you. This morning we're going to use for a subject, I'm taking back what the devil has stolen from me. Taking back what the devil has stolen from me. This message alone, just a topic. I can open up the doors of the church because the devil has come in and he's taken things out of our life. He stole things away from us. We look at the book of Job, it says slain the servants, those that was working. Then he said while he was yet speaking, he came in and he stole the camels and other material things. Don't you think that the devil came and taken things away from it you're not aware of? And then the final thing is we read up on it says that be not deceived to believe that not to believe that he haven't taken our children, taken our spouses. It says in Job, he says, while he was yet speaking, came another servant and said, thy sons and thy daughters are eating and drinking wine in the eldest brother's house. This morning we are reminded, enforced, to take back what the devil has stolen from me. Somebody today once told me, say, well, you know what, that, if the devil take it, I don't want anything that he has. I don't want, I'm ashamed to hear that because I would feel offended for anybody to say that I don't want my child back. I don't want that spouse back. I don't want that marriage back. I don't want that joy back, that peace. Taking back what the devil has taken from me. It's more in the church from the time you was born until whatever age you are right now, the devil has stolen from all of us. Don't give him no credit to let him believe and have you believe that he has not. And if you don't believe he has stolen from you, I invite you today to start counting your blessings. We are truly blessed. God has blessed us in spite of. But even in the midst of receiving our blessings, we're comfortable. We're certainly living a good life right now, but we have missed out on many blessings. You know, somebody today have a broken home. Somebody today have a broken relationship. Somebody today has a breakdown in the workplace, breakdown in the school, breakdown in the government, breakdown in the reason being because the adversary have come in somewhere and has taken something away that didn't belong to him. God has blessed us with plenty. I can assure you today the devil is still stealing something from you, even in the midst of claiming and bragging on what you have and how much you have and what it and having the first of and the best of. Even in the midst of having that, the adversary still has stolen a lot from you. This morning I want you to get ready to take back what the devil has stolen from you. Get ready to take back your family. Take back your possessions. I always said in my life I will help anybody. I love to help people. But one thing I don't want you to ever do, don't steal anything from me. I have no problem giving. I used to tell my wife, even tell my wife all the time, I wish I would catch somebody stealing from me. I wish I would catch somebody stealing something of mine. And she quickly reminded me, my wife reminded me, don't say that. Because you don't know what you would do if you actually caught someone stealing something from you. And better yet, she said you don't know what that person would do if you actually caught them stealing something from you. And after all this, we have a duty. We must know that the devil has a duty, an assignment. And that assignment is to steal, kill, and destroy. Steal, kill, and destroy. And not only is that his assignment, I want you to know today that he's good at what he does. He's excellent at what he does. As Christians, we are called to the Great Commission. We are called to witness, tell others about Jesus. We are called to minister. We are called to help our fellow man. We are called to love ye one another as Christ Jesus hath loved us. We are called to obey the 10 Commandments. We are called to be workmen for the Lord. Basically, we are called to be about our Father's business. Even in the midst of being about our business, we have to understand that, as I said earlier, I jumped ahead of myself, that was our assignment. We have to be reminded of the devil's assignment as well, and his assignment, his duties, his job is to steal, kill, and destroy. Don't ever think or believe or live your life thinking that he hasn't stolen from you, or believing that he's finished stealing from you. And when it comes to stealing, church, I can say he's truly good, doing a great job. Talk to people all the time. This is going on. Didn't raise them like this. Never realized it would be in a situation like this. Never realized our government would be like. Never realized our school would be like this. And these things are like this because he's good at what he does. He's doing a great job. He is taking and stealing like he's never done before. Stealing right before our own eyes. Stealing our blessings. Stealing our children. Stealing our spouses. Stealing our jobs. Stealing our blessings. But this morning, God wants you to know that you don't have to lose out. You don't have to keep allowing the adversary to take in your life. You don't have to keep allowing him to steal. God wants you to know today you don't have to do without. Want you to know today that you don't have to be without. But surely the devil is stealing our children, stealing our joy, stealing our peace, our love. He's doing all he can to interrupt and to change our Christian life. But this morning I'm reminded. Today somebody is not sleeping good. Someone is worried, fretting about situation that their child is in, about situation that their marriage is in, their relationship, their friendship, whatever it may be. This morning I'm reminded of a song that we used to sing, that we sang at Good Hope Baptist Church, that this love that I have, this joy that I have, this peace that I have. And the song goes on to say that the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. Think about it for a moment. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. Church, it happens all the time. The world, the devil, is constantly trying to take away our peace, take away our joy, take away constantly trying to bring us down. Too many times we leave our homes happy and whistling and singing, and we get down the road and the car cut us off. Get down the road and something will cause us to say something that we shouldn't say. Too many times we get extra money and the bills increase, or we get extra money and something goes wrong or something break down. Too many times we find spare time to catch up on things and something else comes up. Today I got my schedule clear. I'm going to lay down. I'm just going to focus and meditate upon God and read His Word and get me some study time in, and something comes up and steal that time. Does it happen to you as well? Sitting there resting, text come, call come in, letter may come. Many different ways to steal our blessing. Many different ways to steal our joy, to steal our peace. But we must know today that in spite of everything that we go through in life, God still wants us filled with the fruit of the Spirit. Regardless what we go through, He still wants us filled with the fruit of the Spirit. God don't want us to let our baskets become empty. God doesn't want us to lose the fruit of the Spirit. But you know, Pastor, somebody may say, when we lose things in our life, it changes us. And that's right, it really does change us. Whether we believe it or not, whether it be material things or personal things, when we lose those things, it changes us. That's why we hear we used to. I used to do this. I used to sing. I used to pray. I used to be this. I used to be that. Used to usher. Used to preach. This is why Revelations tells us, it says when we lose things, it changes us. Changes us. I'm reminded today, and I believe that a lot of our churches are few in numbers. A lot of people are not serving God and because they've lost things and they allowed those losses to change them. This is why Revelation tells us, see to it that no man steal your crown. You need to see to it that no man steal your crown. That means that nobody steal your reward. This morning, church, the devil is busy stealing our children. And I keep saying this because you can read in the world and see what's going on. Divorce rate, runaways, there's a lot going on. Trafficking, so much going on. He's stealing our children, stealing our spouses, stealing our family members, stealing church members. He's busy stealing love and joy and peace in every place he can find. Busy stealing your fruit of the Spirit. He's busy stealing from God's children. Yes, church, we have to be reminded that he's even stealing from the church. The church is not exempt. This is his main spot, and that's at the church. He is doing all he can to steal away those people that are striving to be deacons, those that's trying to be preachers, those choir members, those that have said, if God, if you get me through this, I'm going to serve you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. If you heal me, if you bless me through this surgery, if you turn this financial gain around, if you do these things, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be there. And those people go, and he began to steal away what they had promised to God. Church, today, I want you to be ready, be willing to take a stand and tell yourself, I'm taking back what the devil has taken away. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know what kind of person I am. I know that I can give more. I know that I can serve more. I know that I'm not a singer, but I can clap. I know that I'm not a singer, but I can hum. There's a lot of things that we can do for God's kingdom. We know who we are. Let a man examine himself. Too many of us have allowed the devil to take. Basically allowed him to take from us and have his way. Too many of us allowed the devil to rob us for too long. It's time for us to be like the little children on the playground. It's time for us to take back what he has taken from us. If God has given you that child, God has given you that spouse, God has given you that job, God has given you that blessing, it's time for you to take back whatever he has taken from you. What God has given you is for you, and it's time for you to take it back. This morning, God is telling you, regardless how long it has been gone, God is telling you today, it's time to take it back. Take back what the devil has stolen from you. Regardless how long that child has run away, it's time to bring him back, regardless how long he or she been gone. Not only has he told us, but he's counting on us to get back our blessings, get back that joy, get back that peace and that love, put that smile back on our face. The devil has even stole some of our smiles away. And today we have decided that we're going to take back what the devil is stolen. Hope you have decided to follow us as we follow God and getting back what belongs to me. This morning, church, what have he taken from you? What has he stolen from you? You that same person? Do you remember a time that you used to be better at this? You remember a time you used to be good at this and it's gone away? Perhaps you're not what you used to be. Perhaps you're not what you can be because of what this adversary has stolen in your life. Too many times, church, we meet people and we ask them and we say to them, "Good morning, how you doing?" And quickly they reply, "I'm blessed. I'm blessed." No smile, no joy on their face, just "I'm blessed." Isn't that amazing? This morning, church, I had opportunity to tell someone the other day, and it just snapped up on me. And we have to understand that there's a time that come when it's called Halloween, and they put on their faces and they be someone that they're not. We have to be reminded that Halloween is over with. This morning, church, I want you to do something with me for a moment. How many of y'all know that song? They sing a song that says, "If you're happy and you know it." Because I want to point out, when you speak to someone and they say good morning or hi, without no smile, there's no life in their face, no life in their body. It's just like a repetition. I'm saying it because you said it. Isn't that amazing? When you run across these people, there's a song that says if you're happy and you know it, I want you to play it. Go with me for a moment. And if you're happy and you know it, it says, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will really truly show it. If you're happy and you know it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. And it goes on and on, these activities. But then it does say each time, it says your face will truly show it. The key point I'm trying to make today, if you're truly blessed, it will show on the outside. Too many are claiming to be blessed and one can't even say hello with a smile. Too many are claiming to be blessed and not even able to fix their face to show that they're even faking a smile. Too many are claiming to be blessed and won't even look your way. Hello and look the opposite way. I'm a firm believer. That's what's on the inside will show on the outside. And the reason being, church, they remember the way they used to be. But they have allowed the devil to steal their smile, allowed the devil to steal their wave, allowed the devil to steal their joy. Used to be a loving person, used to be happy to be around, used to enjoy talking to them. You know somebody that changed that you see that made a difference. This morning, church, we are here to take back what the devil has taken away. And sometimes in order to get back what belongs to us, sometimes you have to go back on the devil's playground. Sometimes you have to get back on that playground because a lot of times what the devil steals away from us, it happens on the playground. When we return to where, and what I'm saying, it says that when sometimes we have to return to where we used to go, where we used to be. When we return to that person we said we would never go back to be. When we go back to who we said we would never be. When we return back to our ways, old peers, that old bottle, that old can, return back to that old drugs, the old ways. We need to know that it is the devil's playground. And you must know a lot of good stuff has been lost on the playground. A lot of good stuff has been taken on the playground. This morning, God is telling you, it's time for us to reclaim what belongs to you. Reclaim what belongs to me. God is telling us to get dressed for action. God is telling us we're going back and take back little Johnny. Take back little Susie. Take back that smile. Take back that look. Take back that walk. Take back that joy. We going, I said, once you get dressed, the what message there is preparing you to get dressed for action. And he's telling us the way we get dressed for action as we prepare to go back and take what the devil has taken away from us. He's saying today, I want you to put on the whole armor of God so that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. We must keep our hand in God's hand, meaning we must not allow anything to separate us from the love of God. We must be willing to follow God, and where he leads us, we must be willing to follow. That means go with him all the way. Sometimes this includes returning back to the devil's playground. Where he leads me, I will follow. Finally, we must keep our faith in God, meaning without faith in God, it would be impossible to please him. This morning, church, God is ready to help you take back your health, take back your child, take back your smile, take back that joy, take back that fun, that love, take back whatever it is you're missing today. God is ready to help you get it back. Today, God is encouraging you to take back what the devil has taken away from you. You know what he's taken. You know how many times he's taken. You know what's missing in your life. You know what's missing in you. God is telling you today to take back what the adversary, that old devil, has taken from you. May God bless you this hour, this day, and the days to come. God bless you.